So the left. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. It's on. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Once Imam Ali alayhi salam was offered some money by the Prophet, around 300 gold coins. And Imam alayhi salam says that I'm going to give this money in charity. He made a promise that I'll give it out in charity. Each night after he finished the Isha namaz, he gave 100 dinar to a particular person. On the first night, he gave the money to a lady. Second day, the people say and start blaming him for giving the money to the lady. So, and there was a reason behind it. Second night, again, he says, I'm going to give it to another person, 100 dinar. He goes out after the Isha Salah and he gives the 100 dinar to the other person. Again, people blame him the next day for whatever he did. Third night, again, he says, now I'm going to give the last 100 dinar to the right person. He goes out after Isha Salah and he gives the 100 dinar to another person. Again, the people blame him. Now, I'll just keep you on a hanging loop and I'll tell you what was the reason for why people blamed him. There is a concept in Islam called muwasat. Muwasa, if you can bring it backward, we have a concept called uswa. I think we have heard of this word, uswa. Whereby we say the Prophet is a role model. You can follow him because he is like you. Muwasat means you consider a person like you. You help him because you consider him like you. If he is, for example, facing some trouble, grief, is sick, muwasat, another meaning is you go and help him, empathize with him, and cure his problem. If he's feeling grief, you go and talk to him, and he'll feel okay. Muwasat, supporting another person, considering him your equal. Let's look at the hadith of today. From Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, recite the salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. His companion, Mufaddal ibn Umar, is a very popular companion, close companion. We have the hadith al-Mufaddal from the same man. He asked him, what is ma adna al-haq wal-mu'min ala akhihi? What is the lowest haq that a brother has upon another? Lowest haq that you can fulfill to your brother. Imam alayhi salam says, Allah la ya'tasira alayhi bima huwa ahwaju ilayhi minhu. Do not prioritize and prefer something above another, above your brother when he needs it more than you. If you have money, who needs it more, you or him? If he needs it more, don't prioritize your comfort for your brother's comfort. Prioritize that money to give it to that person. Don't keep it for yourself. Time. I have time. I can keep it for myself and do my own things. Nowadays, we have a concept. We have something called me time. My time, I want to do my own stuff. But at this moment, who is more in need? Your brother is more in need, or you are more in need? Do not give your time to yourself when your brother is more in need. Don't prefer your brother. Don't prefer yourself or your brother if he needs it more. Basically, whatever you have, make sure you have an equal distribution of resources, money, wealth, anything. It will be time, comfort. We have another hadith. I'm going to go through 4 hadiths of Al-Khisal, which are all connected in concept. Again, Imam alayhi salam, the same 6th Imam alayhi salam, is asked another question. Or rather, he says, تَقَرَّبُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ تَعَالَى بِمُوَاسَاةِ إِخْوَانِكُمْ. Why should I help my brother? Why should I prioritize my brother over myself? What is the purpose? Because you want to reach Allah. But if I want to reach Allah, should I connect to Him? Why should I connect to my brothers? As if Allah is saying, if you want to reach me, the way is not directly to me. The way is through the creation. The way is through helping each other is you will reach me. If you want to pray Salah, Salah is very easy. You can pray here in the mosque, go home, finish your duty. But can you say you really became close to Allah? Imam alayhi salam is saying, if you want to be real close to me, you have to start with the creation. Support them, make them your equal, help them where they need. Sacrifice your self-comfort for the comfort of others. For example, it's a joke. If you are, for example, married and you have money, and you don't need to marry a second wife, do not go for a second wife. Where you have your brother who is not married and needs money to get married, get him married. He is more in need than you. Consider others your equal. Recite the salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Fine. So your priority should be your brother, not yourself. Make him your equal. Question is, what can I do to help him? There are many different things you can do. Time you can give, comfort you can give. But Imam alayhi salam is saying there is one thing that Allah wants from you that is the hardest for you to do. What is that? Again, 6th Imam alayhi salam says in the same Al-Fisal. He says, Ma balallahu al-ibad bi-shay'in. Allah has not given a tribulation, a test, a trial to His servants greater than what? And we all agree with this. I don't think we even need a hadith for this one, but Imam is approving what we are thinking. What is the hardest test that Allah is giving us? Ashaddu alayhim min ikhraj dirham. That you release 1 dirham from your pocket. A person who is so attached to his wealth, he will not want to part with it. If you were to tell him, take out this money, 1 shilling, and give it to another person, it's the hardest thing. And it doesn't mean that it's like only me. No, it's something that Allah has placed for everybody. Material possession versus human beings. Matter versus humans. Whom do we prioritize? Do we consider that this money is mine, I should use it? Or this money is not mine? The hadith says, Ma balallahu al-ibad. If you consider yourself to be an abd of Allah, you will do what Allah wants you to do. You want to reach Allah, you want to be a proper abd, then you have to give what is the hardest test, which is money, to others. Even 1 dirham, that initial removal of money is very difficult. That initial removal of money whereby you say, this money, although I have earned it, I am going to give it to another person. Although this material possession that you have in this dunya is the hardest thing. Once you detach from the matter in dunya, you will be able to think higher and reach Allah. We can't reach Allah when we are still stuck on the earth, when we have attachments to the earthly possessions. That is why to remove that 1 dirham is very difficult. We are very connected to it. When you are an abd, you realize this money that you have got is not yours, it's Allah's money. When you remove the money, as a very interesting concept in charity, when you are removing money for charity, you are not decreasing your money, you are increasing your money. And abd realizes that. A human being, normal human being, will not realize it. He will feel his material money is decreasing. But he does not realize that money was given to him by Allah. He is an abd, he has to give it back to the people. He has to give it to other people, that's when he will reach closer to Allah. In fact, in the dua of Shaban, as we are approaching the month of Rajab and Shaban, may Allah give us the tawfiq to do the best things that we can do. One of the things is charity. In the dua of Shaban, I think Salawat Shabaniya, we know this line when we have been reciting after Dhuhr. وَارْزُقْنِي مُوَاسَاةَ مَنْ قَدَّرْتَ عَلَيْهِ مِنْ رِزْقِكَ. Give me that ability, O Allah, that in this month I do muwasat. I support the one who you have given less money. قَدَّرْتَ عَلَيْهِ مِنْ رِزْقِكَ. You have decreased and given less in rizq. Allah wants us in this month of Rajab, Sha'ban, my Ramadan, that we should go to our brothers, find out who has less risk, and give it to him. Imam alayhi salam is approached by one of the companions from another city. And as he's asking him, Ahwal Kursi, he's asking how is everything, he's asking about the people who are living in that city. The companion tells the Imam alayhi salam that we are good over there. Then the Imam asks him, over there that they are there, do the rich people help out the poor people? He said, no, we don't help out the poor people. It's unlikely. Do the rich people go to them and, for example, ask them for their problems? What are their problems? He said, we don't do that. Do they go and at least, seek help? Is it some kind of a connection between the believers when they are helping each other? When those who are rich go to the poor? The companion says, no, we don't do that. Imam said, then they are not Shia. They are not Shia if they do not go and find out who is in need. When a person feels that, for example, if I come to the mosque, I'm doing my ibadah, it's low cost. It's what you call maximizing profit. I spend my time, do my ibadah, I earn my profit. But not realizing this is not what was Allah wanted from me. He wanted that I should go to the people who have less risk and help them out. Because, for example, what is the difference between a person who is praying in the mosque or praying at home and doing his ibadat, fasting? What is someone who is taking out his money? Why is taking out money harder than doing the ibadat of, let's say, reciting 100 rak'ah at night? Why is that harder? 1 dirham versus 100 rak'ah. Why is it harder? Probably one of the reasons is when a person believes in ghaib over what he can see, that makes him a mu'min. When you are giving tangible money, you see it going out from your hands. When you see something go out from your hands, then you have to ask yourself, am I really believing in Allah that Allah will return this money to me? When I'm doing my ibadat, I'm not losing anything. I don't see any cost. But when I'm removing money, I see the cost. Are we a person of seeing or we are a person of ghaib? Alladhina yu'minuna bil ghaib. These are the mu'minun. Recite the salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And therefore, in this last hadith, just to summarize the points that we mentioned, Imam alayhi salam is saying, this is fifth Imam alayhi salam, likulli shay'in thamara. If you want to know, am I a good person? Am I someone who is supporting others, muwasat? Am I someone who believes that my brother is my equal? Am I someone who can take out money without feeling bad? I'm not attached to my material. I'm attached to ghaib and want to reach Allah. How should I know? Likulli shay'in thamara. There is a fruit you will see. You want to know if this tree of goodness is in me, look at the fruit. If you are giving the fruit, then you know the tree exists. What is the tree? وَثَمْرَةُ الْمَعْرُوفِ. To do good to others, to be good from within. What is the fruit of that? Is تَعْجِيلُ السِّرَاج. Very interesting. Is to be quick in siraj. As you know, siraj, lamp. What is this concept of ta'jilu siraj? Being quick in the lamp. Being quick in lighting the lamp. In the past, if you know, There were some, we didn't have electrical lights. We don't have to like go and switch on the light and the light switches on. There to prepare a candle, there's that wick, you have to put the oil, you have to bear the cost of putting the oil, you have to bear the cost of the lamp. It was not easy like our times. It was difficult to prepare that. And then sometimes people would put it outside their house, so those who are passing by would benefit from that light. Or if a guest is coming to your house, you don't put him in darkness, and after a while you switch on the candle. You do it quickly. You do it before they ask you. Imam alayhi salam is saying, if you want to know if there is ma'ruf inside me, am I a good person? Am I attached to the material world, or I am attached to the akhirah and dunya and the spiritual realm? Am I spiritually mature? Look at this very simple thing. You don't have to go very far away. Look at the simple thing. Are you thinking in a way whereby I'm thinking about others before myself? Whereby I want to light a candle for others quickly so they benefit. Tajilu Siraj. That when a person is passing by, he should not feel this house, they delay switching on the lamp. Let me not pass by this road. Let me pass by another road. No, he knows if he's walking by a road, he's going to take this road. He says, this person is a very nice person. He thinks about us. Even though it's not night time, he has switched on the light. Let me pass by his house. Your action of lighting the lamp outside your house early, very simple action, shows that I am a good person from within. Tajilus Siraj. When you think about others, although you are bearing the cost, what is the benefit in me switching on the light for others as they are passing by? There's no benefit for me. Thinking about others, prioritizing others before myself. In fact, I'll tell you a story. When I was in Iran, on the 15th of Shaban, there, if you in Jamkaran, may Allah give us the tawfiq, inshallah, that we be at these holy places on these holy nights. It's an amazing experience. I did it only once, and it was a difficult experience, but it was a lifetime experience. At that time, usually there are public transports. They go to the Haram, to Jamkaran, and you can't get a taxi to go there because the roads, basically you can see a half an hour road up to the Haram is filled with people walking, coming and going. So many people. You can see around 1 million people in Jamkaran at the time. So obviously the roads are full and there are no transport except the public transport. So there are times, for example, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you will go and find a bus, you climb it and it will take you to Jamkaran, wherever you are in the city. We came out a bit late, we didn't find any buses, we waited for around half an hour. For some reason, a taxi driver, he accepted our request and he said, I'll take you to Jamkaran, no problem. And usually, if you want to know a person is a student of the house, is a religious person, he'll be wearing long sleeves and I have a big beard. And that was the guy who was sitting at the driver's seat. That person takes us to through the normal road of Jamkaran. He's saying it's going to be traffic over here, let me take you through the back door. Usually the road to Jamkaran from where I live is around half an hour. In this trip, it took us around 1 hour. He went towards the back door. Again, I'm giving you a concept of muwasat, supporting one another, although you don't benefit. I paid him for the normal route. He's doing it over. He's doing it extra for my benefit. Takes the back road. He goes through the dirt road. He was about to park, and then he sees that no, there is still a way you can still keep going. It was like a jungle in that area. You can't see anything. What's the benefit to him? No benefit. He still takes the road. He keeps going. People are coming back, walking past. He's the only guy who's walking this path to reach the Haram. We can see now the Haram is in front of you and he says, now I can't go any further. I think I'll have to drop you down over here. What was the benefit for him? He got his money, which was very minimal. It was half the amount that he spent. But he knows on this night, Ibadah is not about me staying up all night and just praying. Ibadah on this night also means I have to sacrifice my time and help others reach their goal. That is muwasat, supporting one another, being empathetic to them. Recite the salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala. And I finished the story that I opened in the beginning. In the first night, Imam Ali alayhi salam gave money to the woman. People blamed him. He gave money to the man in the second night. People blamed him. Third night, people blamed him. It would seem the first night the money that he gave to was Na'udhu Billah, adulteress, zinakar. People blame you gave money to a person who is like this, a lady who is like this. Second night, he gave money to a thief. And the third night, he gave money to a rich person. All three are not deserving of money. How do you support such a person who does not deserve your money? But sometimes, if you want to know the samaratul ma'ruf, that whether you are good inside, if apparently you see a person and he is good and you want to help him, then Allah will change that person. It's not your money that will change, it's your niyyah that will change. When he gave money to the adulteress, Imam alayhi salam goes to the Prophet, said that this is what happened. Prophet tells him, Jibril came to me and told me all your charities were accepted. Strange. Why? What happened? What was the result? What was the samara and the fruit of my charity to these three evil people, apparently? Saying the first night when you gave that charity, because your intention was good, because you had taqwa when you gave that charity, that lady thought of her ways that she's doing something bad and she decided, I'm going to change my life. Was it the money? Was it because it was 100 dinar? No, it was because the person who was giving was Ali alayhi salam. That fruit came out. The thief, he's always stealing money. When he gave him that money, he decided, I should change my ways now. I'm going to be a good trader, an honest trader. The third person was a rich person. He did not deserve money. He did not want money. How did he change? It would seem he was not giving zakat. He was not giving his dues. But when he was given this money, he realized, I'm not a good person. I need to start giving my zakat. So he gave his zakat. That money was just a means. And Imam Ali alayhi salam, by this act of charity, he changed that person. Sometimes you might think that this person does not deserve, but you know he needs it. If you know he needs it, if your niyat is right, and Sharia tells you this person can be given, give it to him. You will see the fruit in the future. This person will change. And this is where it is said in this story that the words of the Quran was revealed. رِجَالٌ لَا تُلْهِيهِمْ تِجَارَةٌ وَلَا بَيْعٌ عَنْ ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. Business, all these things don't distract a person when he's doing dhikr of Allah, he's remembering Allah. When he gives charity, it's not the money that's important, it's not the time that's important. Are you doing it for the sake of Allah, for reaching close to Allah? If yes, you will see the effect. May Allah give us the tawfiq to consider others our equals. In this month of Rajab and Sha'ban especially, besides the du'as, besides the salah, let's also connect to people and help them out. Do what we call muwasat, supporting them. And we should be quick to do it. Ta'jilus siraj. We should not wait till the last moment. As soon as we can support somebody, let's find that person and help him out. وصلى الله على محمد وآل الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.